Welcome to another episode of Forest Facts with Matt. Today I'm standing in front of some timber power poles, which I'm sure you've seen in your travels scattered across the Australian landscape. Timber power poles have a lifespan of about 80 years. And also an important fact to note is that timber is the most sustainable and renewable material that can be used to manufacture power poles. Particularly in Australia, where timber power poles are predominantly sourced from native or natural forests, where the forest manager needs to ensure that any trees that are removed to manufacture forest wood-based products such as power poles are regrown, replanted or regenerated. So for every tree that's removed, new trees are replanted, regrown or regenerated in their place. Now I happen to be standing across the road from those timber power poles now in a sustainably managed forest. And as you can see, there's quite a large tree over my right hand shoulder here. This is actually a spotted gum tree. So these spotted gum trees are one of the most common trees that are used to manufacture timber power poles. Primarily because they're quite a large tree. They're also, as you can see, a very tall and straight tree as well. They're also a very durable tree as well, so they're a very strong tree. And that's why they can last for about 80 years as a timber power pole. And also, these trees in a native or a natural forest, which I'm standing in now, they actually take about 80 years to grow to the size that they can be used to manufacture a timber power pole. So it's a really good story. So with the timber power pole, as I said earlier, they have a lifespan of about 80 years. So at the end of the lifespan of a timber power pole, the forest manager can then come back out into the forest and they can actually harvest a new tree that can be manufactured into a timber power pole, such as that spotted gum tree. And I've just found here, this is actually a stump in the background. So potentially a tree was harvested from that spot about 80 years ago, and that tree would have been used for a timber power pole. And now, say 80 years later, the forest manager can come back out into the forest and they can harvest a tree like this tree here in the background that I showed you earlier, which is now a very tall and straight tree. And that tree can be used to be manufactured into a timber power pole. And obviously, being timber, it's full of biogenic or atmospheric carbon, which is sequestered from the atmosphere. Unlike other materials that are used to manufacture timber power poles, which come from non-renewable resources. Obviously, timber power poles that are sourced from sustainably managed forests, they come from forests where trees are regrown, replanted, and the forest is around for generations to come. And as you can see, this is a beautifully managed forest in the background that's been harvested several times. And there's plenty of trees in the background, lots of different sizes of trees. So this forest is going to be around for generations to come. So in your travels, whenever you see timber power poles, you should feel really good about seeing them in the landscape, because they come from a sustainable resource, it's renewable. It's also good for climate mitigation as well, because those trees are full of biogenic or atmospheric carbon, which is sequestered from the atmosphere. So thank you very much for joining me for another episode of Forest Facts with Matt, or FFM. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in future episodes of Forest Facts with Matt. Thank you very much.